The veterinary profession, as we all know, is a key pillar in the animal resource industry, providing fundamental services, expertise, knowledge, and inputs to achieve the best outcome for the livestock, aquatic, and wildlife sector. The veterinary profession, therefore, is very critical to the well-being of Kenyans and the prosperity of our economy. So it is very important, therefore, that we need a vibrant Kenya Veterinary Association, because it's the one that represents and brings together the veterinary surgeons who are the key enablers of the animal resource industry. So what is the veterinary promise? The veterinary promise is the ultimate desire for the veterinary profession to achieve its full potential by playing its role fully, both locally and internationally. When this is done, the veterinarians will be a respected lot, and once again, we'll have candidates when they're excelling from secondary school, aspiring to be vets in large numbers. Fulfilling the promise will ensure that the veterinary surgeons are fully utilized, because the country will feel the contribution of the vets at the very heart of the animal resource industry and the livelihoods and the national economy as well. Veterinary surgeons in both public and private sector, despite their seniority levels, will also earn a respectable income as they play their roles in growing the economy. Therefore, fulfilling the veterinary profession in Kenya will come of age and take the sort of exalted place it has in the developed countries. So in delivering the veterinary promise, I, Dr. Ningala Kalachu, if given the opportunity to lead KVA, I will implement the agenda through 10 promises. Veterinary promise number 1 is to raise the association's profile and stepping up on advocacy. Here I promise to articulate the issues of the veterinary profession at the highest office possible, be it locally or internationally. I will push for veterinary issues to be addressed at the presidential roundtable. I know the previous regime did this to some extent by going through APSEA and the Kenya Health Federation. But I will ensure that the issues of livestock are actually heard very well at the presidential roundtables. When it comes to international partnerships, my goal, and I promise to do this, is to strengthen the collaboration and maximize gains for our vets in Kenya through our partnerships with Commonwealth Veterinary Association and the World Veterinary Association, as well as associations like the ICAM. Under advocacy, I will also push the harmonization of the allowances for the vets in the public service. What am I talking about? These are allowances like the non-practice allowance, the risk allowance, extraneous allowance, among others. In fact, if I'm to quote one, risk allowance has remained at 5,000 since 2009. So we have to lobby SRC, of course, in collaboration with the union. My leadership will also take the lead in the legislative agenda in animal welfare industry, including leading the review of laws and enactment of bills. I will also take the lead to lead the vets on the last mile delivery of the government bottom-up transformational agenda, focusing on the private veterinary service delivery model. We will also advocate for public awareness to ensure that all interventions in the animal resource industry are led by qualified vets. Last, on advocacy, I will intervene to ensure that the veterinary practitioners are not subjected to payment of single business permits for their veterinary pharmacies, clinics, or even hospitals, because this will amount to double taxation. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the veterinary promise number 1. The veterinary promise number 2, this one touches on interns. Interns are very important to the veterinary professions. So this veterinary promise is to institutionalize of the veterinary internship program and ensure that there is timely posting and prompt payment of the interns. So under my leadership, graduates will be posted immediately after graduation, and their stipend will be paid alongside that of the other civil service. I will lobby to raise their current stipend from what they're currently getting, which is about 25,000 shillings, to raise it to at least the entry-level job group for vets, which should be job group L, up from the current 25,000. And of course, this I'll do together with the union. And ladies and gentlemen, again, that is the vet promise number 2. Veterinary promise number 3 is to establish a robust mentorship and job placement program. This is for the students who are in the university, the interns, and even the graduates that are serving, so that they can be exposed to the wider veterinary domains. I will ensure to establish that we have an inventory of the opportunities that are available locally and internationally. And at the same time also establish a skill and competence inventory within KVA for our members. And then when you link these two together, you expose our members to the opportunities that are available in either locally or internationally. At the same time, under my leadership, I will also make available various exchange programs locally and internationally to also expose our professionals. And that will also be used as a means of benchmarking our practice and that one of international standards. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a vet promise number 3. I say they're going to be 10, so I hope you guys will be patient, because all these are good things for the vets. Yeah. Okay. Veterinary promise number 4. This one is a radical plan to make competition between the vets and the quacks a thing of the past. The private vets are complaining because they cannot thrive well when the quacks are doing what they are doing. So number 4 is going to be a radical plan to make the competition between vets and quacks a thing of the past. How are we going to do this? I'm going to make sure that at KVA, we push for the full implementation of our vet laws. Full implementation of the Veterinary Surgeons and Veterinary Paraprofessionals Act. I know there's something happening already. There's the Rapid Response Initiative that was launched 2 weeks ago by VMD. So we expect that things are going to be good when it comes to reading the quacks. But at the same time, we appreciate that the resources are minimal. It might not be possible to have inspectors everywhere. So what we are going to do at KVA, if I'm elected, is to encourage the veterinary practice domains, that is VMD and KVB, who are the regulatory agencies, to empower and utilize the county directors of veterinary services and their structure to support and complement the enforcement and compliance of these vet laws, so that our vets can be able to perform their duties without the undue competition from quacks. And that is Veterinary Promise number 4. Veterinary Promise number 5 is to strengthen and institutionalize of the corporate governance in KVA. Here, what needs to be done is actually to streamline the internal policies within KVA. We are looking at finance, HR, security, branding, and others. And this is important because when the structures are right in any organization, the structures are grounded in any organization, you'll find it is going to be a lot easy to attract partners to come and work with you. And you know what partners do? They make the organization stronger. So streamlining of the internal policies within KVA are going to be key because of that. I will also drive KVA to attain financial autonomy. This I will do using what is existing, just revitalizing it. Income generating initiatives like the journal, the Animal Focus magazine, member recruitment drive, projects, among many others. I will also prioritize developing SOPs to implement KVA, to implement the KVA institutions in areas that require clarity. I will do my best to ensure that we raise the profile of the association to be the automatic partner of choice when it comes to the animal resource industry in Kenya, Africa, and even globally. And this I will also do by ensuring that I build capacity of KVA so that we can be able to fully implement its objectives. That is Vet Promise number 5. Veterinary Promise number 6. This one excites me. Veterinary Promise number 6 is the construction of the KVA complex, which will also serve as the headquarters for the association and also as a resource center. We all know that KVA has been in existence for a long time. It's over 50 years. But we don't really have a proper address. but we have the piece of land. So, my leadership, we have a solid plan that we are committed to deliver within the very first term this KVA complex. And this is where my networks built over the 30 years will be utilized. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's prepare ourselves because we are going to have our KVA complex coming soon. Thank you. Veterinary promise number 7. I promise to revitalize the KVA Journal and Animal Focus magazine. And here I'm guaranteeing members of at least 2 issues per year. 2 issues per year. And I know this will be very useful and important to the academicians and the people who are in research. I will also digitize all the previous KVA journal issues, which I know are there in the KVA offices. And I will also fully ensure that when we enhance online publication and indexing of the current journal. In addition to that, I will ensure that we have consistency in the production and dissemination of the Animal Focus magazine. And there I can even promise, in fact, let me promise, that we will have at least 8,000 copies issued in a year. And that I know is possible. That I know is very, very possible. And that is veterinary promise number 7. Veterinary promise number 8. Veterinary promise number 8, I promise to restructure and expand the project and partnership base within the profession. I will lead in the recruitment of corporate membership for KVA because KVA is going to benefit from the subscriptions and the collaboration. I will also recruit and retrain new partners and strategic projects for KVA. Over the years, KVA has benefited from partners and we have gained good lessons. So what I promise to do is address all the audit queries that were raised by these partners over the years. In fact, I will also drive to make KVA ISO certified because I know this way will make KVA the partner of choice for most of the partners. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the promise number 8. Veterinary promise number 9 now touches directly on the members' welfare. So what I'm going to do is to redesign an impactful KVA member-centered welfare products. I know at KVA we already have the insurance products. Actually, most of these products are already available at KVA. But the problem is that the uptake is low. And why is the uptake low? The uptake is low because our products are not competitive compared to what we have in the market. Our rates are not good. So when it comes to insurance, excuse me, here I'm talking about indemnity insurance, motor vehicle, medical, last respect. My plan is to renegotiate with the providers to give us very good rates so that our members can benefit. And when we get the good rates, market it to the members. We also have a KVA SACCO. SACCOs are very important because they offer financial solutions to members. and give things like credit and investment opportunities, finance, support. We have a KVA circle. So my first mandate is going to support and market this circle. Sit down with the officials, find out what the problem is. We support and market the circle so that we can increase the membership base of the circle and make the circle strong enough to be able to serve the members with all the financial solutions that you're looking for. At the same time, I also promise to strengthen the collaboration between KVA and the union so that we can effectively handle and advocate on all labor matters. And last but not least, revive the KVA Annual Excellence Award. Last but not least, this is the vet promise number 10, is to spearhead the veterinary medicine reform agenda. I promise to lead KVA so that we can safeguard the interests of the veterinary practitioners in the ongoing veterinary practice bill. We all know it's ongoing. I will also advocate for the enactment of substantive law to guide the veterinary medicine regulations. This is within KVA. And we will thrive to defeat all bills that are detrimental to the veterinary medicine regulations in Kenya. And here we have an example. The Kenya Drug Authority Bill, which is threatening our VMD. So together with other stakeholders, develop and enact the VMD bill and lobby to ensure that the veterinary medicine administration is permanently separate from the human medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the veterinary promise number 10. Thank you very much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues, in order for me to be able to deliver all these promises, I cannot do it without your support. Please, vote for me. Vote for Dr. Ningala Kalachu. It's this week on Thursday at the KVA conference in Isiolo, so that we can make it possible for me to deliver all these vet promises. I'm requesting and asking, not just for your support, but also for your trust. Trust me to steer this vehicle so that we can raise it to higher standards together. So come that day, I'm asking for your votes and your support.